Namaste, fam. Thank you for joining me today for this short sequence. Today, we are going to be doing a little of some detoxifying, if you will. So, we'll be holding a few poses just a little bit longer, really putting some pressure on the entire organ region. Just really putting that pressure is going to allow toxins and unnecessary, unwanted things in the body to squeeze and release out. So we'll start here in a seated position, legs in any variation, having a nice open cross, however the legs look, just relaxing and easing into your seat, easy pose Sukhasana. Resting the hands on top of the thighs and just relaxing the shoulders away from the ears and just taking a full round of cleansing breath. A nice deep inhale through the nose. And release that breath with an open mouth exhale, sighing it out all the way. And just closing your eyes off for a moment, just tuning into your breath as you seal your lips, breathing in and out of the nose. Just keeping your concentration and your awareness on your breath as we want to stay connected with our breath as we move. Relaxing the shoulders, gently lowering the chin down towards the chest. You can keep the eyes closed or a nice soft gaze. Let the head drift off over towards the right hand side. Right ear passes right shoulder, letting the head roll along the upper back, opening the front side of the throat. Opposite ear to opposite shoulder. Chin is connected towards the chest, pausing for a moment, staying connected with your breath as you move, letting the head drift off towards the opposite side. Taking a full circle with the head until the chin is connected towards the chest once more. Inhale, lift the the chin up above the chest, sitting up nice and tall. Inhale, sweep those arms up overhead, reaching up as tall as you can, really lengthen throughout the torso. And as you exhale, twisting over towards the right hand side. Right hand comes back behind you, supporting the torso, as that left hand rests on the top of that leg, gently guiding you into the twist. Keeping a nice tall spine. It's not about how far you can get into the twist, just what you feel along the way. Relax the shoulders away from your ears as you take your gaze back behind you. Keep the breaths deep, really allowing this added pressure in the torso region. Just remembering you can stay here in these poses as long as you'd like. The longer, the better. But for time's sake, I'll continue to move us along. In your next inhale, unravel your twist. Sweep your arms back up overhead. Reach up nice and tall. Get that length on this side. And as you exhale, twist over towards the left. Left hand comes back behind you. As the right rests on the leg, gently guiding you into the twist. Gaze is back behind you. Staying connected with your breath. Deep inhale. Nice full exhale. As you inhale, unravel your twist on this side. Sweep those arms up overhead, reaching up nice and tall. And as you exhale, relax the hands along the side of your body. Take those feet out nice and wide, making your way into a wide-legged seated fold. Pull that flesh out from behind you, just allowing the pelvic bowl to sit nice and neutral. You can always bring a blanket, a bolster, or a pillow right in front of you, sitting up nice and tall, and just begin to hinge at the hips, really pulling the heart forward, almost as if you're trying to lay on that pillow. Resting your forearms down, or maybe your palms are just on the ground, just continuing to reach forward. Softening through the groin, softening through the hip region. And as gravity is pulling the chest down, continuing to bring the heart forward, not allowing yourself to hunch and pull back, really start to pull and lean forward. And just accepting wherever you're at. No judgments, no labels, just folding where you can. Once you found yourself in your landing place, use your breath. Deep inhales go to those tender, tight places. Softening as you exhale, exhaling all the way and keeping that breath filtered in and out of the nose. Just relaxing through the kneecaps, softening through the hip region. Take a nice, deep, full inhale here. As you exhale, walk your hands over towards that right leg, really reaching towards that right foot. Keeping both of your seated bones rooted on your mat. Breathe into that leg. Soften as you exhale. Inhale, bring your hands back through center, reaching. As you exhale, continue walking your hands over towards the opposite side, really reaching. Breathe into the back of that leg, nice deep inhale. Soften as you exhale fully. Inhale, bring your hands back through center, and then continue walking your hands in towards the body, helping yourself sit up nice and tall. Swing the legs back in towards each other, taking some gentle taps with the backs of the legs. Windshield wiper those feet side to side. Keep your props handy just in case you need them, scooting up towards the top of your mat. One vertebrae at a time, begin to roll back nice and slow. Pull those knees right in towards the chest. Give yourself a couple rocks side to side. Making your way into stillness, come into your happy baby pose. Guide those knees in towards the armpits. Keep the knees bent as you place your feet up onto the sky, coming into your happy baby or your stirrup pose. Grab the backs of your thighs, grab your calves, shins, ankles, all the way up to your feet. Just keeping a nice tall spine, feeling your tailbone connected all the way to the back of your head. Wherever your hands have landed, gently guide the knees down towards the ground. Putting this intentional pressure once more in the organ region, targeting specific energy lines or meridians, nadis, multiple names for what we're doing here. For the next couple rounds, you can stay here in stillness, or maybe you could rock side to side if you'd like to get some extra movement out of the way. Maybe you feel like rolling the ankles out, or perhaps straightening one leg and then the other, or just simply staying in stillness, just honoring the body and what your body is calling for. Stay connected to your breath, whatever options you're choosing. Deep inhale here. And as you exhale, bring the legs in nice and close, bringing them nice and close to the body. Bump those hips over towards the right-hand side as you gently let the knees drift off towards the left. Keep both shoulder blades connected to the mat. And you can use any of your props underneath the knees or in between the knees. Just making your way into your twist, really wringing out the torso once more. You can tee your arms out side to side. You can always lift that right arm up above your head, just exploring your arms, seeing whatever feels good, just making sure that you don't feel any pain or pinching throughout the body. If it's safe in your neck, take your gaze over towards those right fingertips or over towards that right-hand side. And just relaxing through the shoulders, wiggling the jaw left and right a couple of times, just loosening up the tension there. Deep breaths, slow and controlled. You can stay in any of the poses as long as you'd like, but I'm going to continue to move us along. Bring your gaze back through center, pulling your belly muscles to protect your lower back as you bring your knees back through center. Take a couple rocks left and right, realigning the spine before we move on to the opposite side. When you feel ready, come into stillness. Bump those hips over towards the left-hand side as you let your knees drift off towards the right-hand side, making your way for your final twist. Any variations with your arms. Take your gaze over towards that left-hand side if it's safe in the neck. Deep, slow, controlled breaths on this side, softening through the hips, softening the muscles of your face, letting the torso ring out. Bring your gaze back through center, pulling your belly muscles to protect your lower back as you bring your knees back through center, couple rocks side to side, feeling even on both sides. Coming into stillness, pulling the knees in nice and tight. Draw your head up in between your knees, squeeze and pull everything together. Deep inhale here. As you exhale, gently release the back of your head back down to your mat, legs out long, arms along the side of your body, making your way into your Shavasana pose, your final resting pose. I encourage you to stay here for a few minutes, staying connected with your breath as you lay in corpse pose, allowing your body to integrate the movement that you've just done. And then whenever you feel ready, gently making your way out of the pose and just ending your practice however you see is fit. I'm going to end the video here, but please, I invite you to stay in Shavasana, take advantage of that resting pose. And I'd like to thank you so much for joining me on this short sequence. Drink lots of water, be gracious and kind to yourself, and spread that love around. From my heart to yours, namaste.